Hello and welcome to Bay of Fundy Fortunes. My name is Natalie. I'm an empath, intuitive card reader, and a visionary as well. And I'm here this evening to do the weekly reading for the week of September 17th through the 23rd, 2017 for the sign of Aquarius. Alright, so let's get into your shuffle and get your cards picked. This is a general reading for anybody that's new to the tarot community on YouTube. So this may or may not resonate with you in a personal way. Yes, the song is in my head. It always is when I do your reading. Always. Problem with playing music is the videos are fine, and any song I want to play is fine, because I'm not making money off of it. But what happened is that despite today's wonderful technology and how far it can reach, it still doesn't reach everybody. And some of the videos, if I have music in them, aren't viewable on some mobile devices, some cell phones. And I like everybody to be included, so we're dealing with the music issue. One way or another, I'll have it back. I hope. Aquarius. This is the age of Aquarius. But if I could get away with it, and if it was all viewable for everybody, I'd play your song every time I did your video, Aquarius. But the funniest thought goes through my head before I turned the camera on. And I remember reading about, because I always thought Aquarius is aquarium, it's water. That Aquarians should have always been a water sign, and they're not. And then I found out, after doing a little bit of digging, that I think at one time, in the very beginning, Aquarius might have been a water sign. Then there was all this stuff behind it on why it wasn't, and the character traits, and blah, blah, blah. Anyways, I still say, I don't know. I guess it would throw the whole balance and the whole scheme off the zodiac wheel if that happened. You know, it was kind of demoted from a water sign into, what is Aquarius? My brain just went dead. Anyways, it's one of the other elements. Kind of like Pluto was a planet. No, it's not. This kind of thing. Oh my gosh, right? So, I am not an astrologer by any means. This is for sun. Speaking of that, this is for sun sign Aquarius. Aquarius, sun. And please check out your rising signs and your moon signs as well, because sometimes they will resonate more with you than your sun sign will. And sometimes all three together give you, they all connect and give you the bigger, clearer picture. So you check out my other videos to whatever those other signs for you are specifically. There we go. We're ready. All right. Here we go. Aquarius. Very first card. The King of the Ocean. And he's all about order. That's a nice card. I like him a lot. He's a good guy. He's one of the good guys. The next card, oh, you bugger. Gonna keep it real for Aquarius. Middle of the week, Five of Swords. A little bit of conflict going on for some. And mid to last of the week. I haven't seen you show your face in a while. Well, it's real nice to see you again. Ace of Swords. Victory. That's a good, great card to have. Not bad like it used to be back in the day. When I first started doing tarot back when I was 18, and I'm now many years. It was always never a good thing, really. But it's changed over the years to something good. So that's you know, go with the flow. The King of the Ocean. He represents order. He's a real good guy to have in your cards. Any boundaries that have been crossed when this card appears, order and balance is going to be restored. And I just heard, how do I explain that? Divorce settlements. That's what I'm looking for. In divorce settlements where things are being split, um, if you were treated a bit fairly and on the scales of justice, maybe the scales weren't balanced in your favor, that's going to be corrected. So balance will be restored in that department. That's what I'm just hearing for somebody. It's somebody out there is going through some kind of divorce proceedings. For those of you that are, though, once these things get settled, it'll put an end to all disputes, and calm will reign once more. Order will reign once more. You can go back to finding some balance in your life. Things like divorces and separations, they're so sensitive and so touchy that you really do need to be careful. So, but this card is showing up to tell you there's an end to all the upheaval that has been your life, because not many divorces run from, you know, let's implement a divorce proceeding here, and they go right to the end and everybody's happy and it's over and done with. A lot of times there's a lot of bumps in the road. There's a lot of things that flare up. But in this case, if there was, everything's going to be restored back to normal, so you can take heart for those of you going through that. This card's also here to tell you you'll be getting your home more organized, which is going to bring you a sense of calm and relief at work. Anybody that's in the work field, if you felt like you were knocked back a rung on the corporate ladder, in a manner of speaking, it doesn't have to be corporate world, but wherever your placement is within your job, whatever title you have, and maybe you were hoping on a title and it passed you by. You had a title, but you're not being respected with the title. You're not getting the respect that goes with that, supervisor, manager, head this or lead that, this kind of thing. It's going to be restored to you, and you'll be feeling the way that you expect to be feeling. It's wonderful. Put it that way. Peace will reign for sure. This is a good card. As a person, this king not only restored balance and order, he also makes the ideal mate. As a husband or mate, partner to somebody else, this could be. You may know who this person is. This may mean something to you. This could be somebody you know. The advice of the card. For some of you, now's the time for you to take control over your finances and work on those. Get your home in order as well. Get your assets where they need to be and prioritize. You have the power now to do these things. Everything's going to come with much ease. Things that you were dreading, I'm hearing if somebody was dreading tackling a certain issue, balancing the books, splitting the proceeds of divorce down the middle. You were dreading that. You don't have to dread that. It's not going to be as bad as what you think it is. Your keywords are protection and wisdom, authority, leadership, and boundaries. Boundaries is the big word. Boundaries, and I'm hearing as in regard to respect from other people and people crossing boundaries. That's all going to stop. If any of you have been experiencing that at this time in your life, that's the beginning of your week, which starts on Sunday. Five of Swords and conflict is the middle of your week. And conflict, of course, is a natural overflow and the overshadowing of what's going on here with the marital disputes and divorce proceedings. You may still, while this is all going on, you may find yourself in the face of conflict. So says tarot, and it may leave you feeling quite battle worn. And for those of you going through separation and divorce, well, hell yeah, feeling battle worn and conflict being there all the time, that's part of the norm. It's a given thing that you're going to experience these things. to be the odd person that wouldn't have to deal with something like that. For some of you out there, though, please remember this is a general reading, so don't get paranoid. If you're saying, well, geez, my life's going on real good right now, what the hell is that all about? Maybe it's not meant for you. But somebody you trusted has been cruel and devious and unkind, and it's coming back to you. Somebody you thought you were close to and had a good riff with, you know, and you find out that it's more one-sided. Or it could be two Aquarius that maybe you've been leading somebody on, and maybe you're the one that maybe have been a little bit devious. This person isn't somebody you really like. You've been just getting along with them for the sake of getting along, and for the sake of keeping the peace. That's a small happening, a small chance of that being. But for most of you, anybody I should say that this applies to, it's going to wound your friendship. It'll never be the same. Never, 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 never be the same. It's a betrayal, basically. It's come from a hunger for the power that they seen you have. There's a lot of jealousy. Green-eyed monsters rolling here in your life for some of you as well. Problems within families for some, hurtful oppositions, being unfairly ignored and overruled in some family, feeling like you're not being heard. Nobody's hearing anything you've got to say, and you're feeling really, really, I'm just tired of this. When is my opinion going to count? When am I going to be listened to and taken seriously? I hear that for somebody, that's how you've been feeling. Here's the good side of this card, though. Everything is out in the open. Nothing is hidden anymore. So you're not playing second games. You're not guessing games. You're not assuming anything anymore, because there's been a lot of assumptions going on. That can really wreak a lot of havoc, because things are left on our minds, or left to play. Things that play on our minds in our quiet moments, and things like that can fester real easy. The more attention you give them, try not to go there if you can. Try to get to the truth of a matter. If it's possible at all, try to get to the truth of a matter. And once everything's out in the open, you'll know exactly what it is. You won't be walking blind anymore and staggering around in the dark is metaphor for not knowing what's going on, which way to turn, which way you're going, who do you trust, who do you not, where's this going to lead to. All these things are all going to come out into the open, and you'll know exactly what to do and exactly where you're going. That's a good thing. The advice is to stand your ground. There's no need to respond to people in an aggressive way, but do be assertive and stand your ground rather than retreat. And I'm hearing this is for somebody out there, that you would be expected to retreat in the face of conflict. You always bugger off. You avoid. You take the wide berth around any kind of anything that's disagreeable. So there is that, but you're going to be standing your ground, and you need to do that. It's time to buck up. Okay? Stop trying to be the peacekeeper. If you want to be heard, stand your ground. You don't even need to open this. All you gotta do is stand your ground. And you watch and see who pays attention to that. You will get attention, believe you me, without opening your mouth. And when people are ready to be fair with you and treat you with respect, then you can speak up and say, now that I have your attention, this is what I think, and this is where I'm coming from. And gain that attention, you'll get the respect back. You may surprise a couple of people with that new attitude. But here's the other thing. So that was your advice. Your keywords are opposition and arguments, some shame, some bullying going on, somebody trying to make you do things you don't want to do. Well, if you don't agree to this and that's going to happen, and don't let anybody influence you that way. Feelings of unfairness. But here's the last word on this card, and it's a beautiful, beautiful word: resilience. You're going to get your ground back underneath your feet, solid ground again. You will have the respect back that you're demanding, and that you are due, to be quite blunt. You are due to be respected. Too easygoing, too nice, not wanting to rock the boat, not wanting to stir up the pot. This has been your motto for some of you, all right? For you, Aquarius, is amazing. but you just wanted everybody to get along, or you wanted someone to get along with you, or you wanted to get along with them. So you're always taking the higher road as far as that goes. Your very next card is the Ace of Swords. Victory. So you see, if you stand your ground, how these are fitting together. If you're standing your ground, and as I was saying in the previous videos, before the camera goes on, the intention is laid out that these cards all overshadow each other, so they connect, and they're definitely connecting here tonight. Absolutely. That was like the beginning of a story, the middle of a story, and now we're at the end. And the word be victory. You soak that right up for all it's worth. A decision is going to lead to immediate victory for somebody out there. And maybe that's what's been holding things up. A decision's needed to be made, and you had a hard time reaching that, Aquarius. The Ace brings a breakthrough from any uncertainty or any delays to any plans that you have. And here's what I'm hearing for somebody that's going to be thinking this way. I would have made this decision a long, long time ago had I known that all this was going to roll out immediately on top of it. I would have done this a long time ago. But uncertainty did hold you back. But all that's being cleared away. There's going to be, it's like the sword shows within the depiction of the card. The sword coming down is cutting through confusion and opening things up and allowing clarity and understanding to come out into the open, which is exactly what you needed. There's going to be some new beginnings in relationships as well. And I'm hearing finding new ground to stand on within the relationships. There could be some real changes there. Your position could be different than before. And you're put in a placement into somebody else's life in a different light. Things are going to be different now for some of you in a very good way. I'm sensing freedom. Now the decisions are made and things are out in the open. A freedom where you were once restricted and bound. Now everything, the shackles are just falling away, and you're going to be having a sense of freedom. It's going to just feel better all the way around, especially if you're going through a separation or divorce. But new beginnings in relationships, more mental clarity, and sharp-wittedness will win in any legal victory, arguments, or debate. Keeping your wits about you is what's coming to the forefront. You need to keep your wits about you once you get into legalities of situations, okay, and you find yourself in a courtroom or involved in a court case, this sort of thing. The advice is to use your intelligence at this time, okay, Aquarius? Be smart. Eat your Oaties. Give you brain power. But use your intelligence, and if you do, not so much emotionality, try to keep that out of it as much as possible. Think intellectually and keep your wits about you. Victory will be yours. So says tarot. And your keywords are beginnings and decisions, action, clarity, determination, solutions, and ideas. Now you can start to let ideas grow. So Aquarius, that was your reading. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it meant something to some of you. I hope it gave you hope. I hope it just worked for you all the way around. Thank you very much for being here. If you haven't joined the channel yet, please do. All subscriptions are free. You can leave anytime you want. And also, please join my group, Bay of Funny Fortunes, on Facebook as well. All the YouTubers have been kind of floating in there. It is a very private, very closed group of like-minded individuals like me and like you. You don't have to walk this path alone. It's very educational. And they are just a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful group of people. They're really, really awesome. I'm just proud to be a part of it all. So also, if you like this reading and you don't, the general reading, maybe a few things hit with you and maybe they didn't at all, but you're really thinking there's a connection here, if you felt that, because that happens. Some people say, you know what, that reading meant nothing to me. It didn't resonate at all, but I felt what was going on in the reading, and I liked being part of it, and I liked watching it, and I liked taking it all in, and that's good too. But if you'd like something that is specific for you, that is a private reading just for you, I do offer that service. The information is found down below this video window in the Show More section. Please read through there once grab my email that you see, ship it off, and I'll get you taken care of as quick as possible. You can not only find Bay of Fundy Fortunes on Facebook and here on YouTube, but on Google and Blogspot and Twitter. I was going to say Splitter. Twitter as well. I don't know where the hell that came from. Twitter as well. I don't care whatever platform you're comfortable watching from. And I think I'm going to say a night for now. If you're ever looking for me, you can always find me here in Bay of Fundy Fortunes or walking on my beach down below along the water's edge that hold the mightiest tides on the whole planet, the beautiful and the bountiful Bay of Fundy. And I am always, 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 day and night, whenever I'm awake and aware, I'm always watching the tides coming in and coming out all the time. So if you're looking for me, you're probably going to find me always waiting on the next high tide, because I'm a high tide junkie. Thank you very much for being here. I hope you're enjoying the month of September. I hope it's interesting. I hope you feel alive and vibrant. And I hope you enjoy your week ahead with this reading as well. And I wish you all the very best. I hope to see you back next week. Bye-bye for now, Aquarius.